Tassadar and the Dark Templar Zeratul survived Kerrigan's vicious attacks, but their Templar armies have been decimated. Kerrigan, left behind to hunt down and eradicate the remaining Protoss warriors, begins to scour the burning wastelands of Char for her elusive prey. Meanwhile, the entirety of the extended Zerg swarm teleported through space-time and began its long-awaited invasion of the hated Protoss homeworld of Aiur. Space-time. The invasion of Aiur.
My children, the hour of our victory is at hand. For upon this world of Aiur shall we incorporate the strongest known species into our fold. Then shall we be the greatest of creation's children. We shall be perfect. Yet before I can be made manifest upon this world, the way must be prepared. You must seize the Kidaran crystals, for within them lies power undreamed of by the Protoss. Go now, my Cerebrate. Secure the crystals and bring swift wrath to all who oppose the swarm.
Oh snap, we made it to Aiur. We're here. We're almost done. One more mission after this one, and we're done with the Zerg until Brood War. But that's until the very end. But yeah, this mission is mission's a little bit tricky. Remember the Reavers? They're here. They're not gonna let us do a lot of stuff on the ground, so this is I would personally say this is an aerial attack mission. And that's what we're gonna do. However, we don't have a lot of defense right now, so we gotta work on that. Because in this mission, they tend to attack us with Zealots, Dragoons, and they drop in, not at the base, but like close by. They'll drop in the Reavers, and if we're not ready, then we are screwed. Like, super screwed. I have, what, 750 gas here in reserve that I could have started morphing the hatchery into a layer, but I forgot. So I'm just going to start building another hatchery. That way we can start pumping out even more drones. So yeah, the main thing in this mission is a little depending on how you move your units. And by that I mean like in the area of the map. If you move to a certain area, you'll trigger one of the armies. And right now, the only army that's building and upgrading is going to be the Teal Protoss, which are the closest one to us. They start off at no upgrades, no nothing. They have to start from the ground like us. Well, they get some units, but you know what I mean. Then after that is the second wave, which is the Yellow Protoss. They start off with 1-1 upgrades on air and ground. So they're already a lot stronger. They have more stuff. I think Yellow is the one that has carrier capabilities now. And yeah, they take up the middle part of the map. And then at the very end, or if you get to the crystal formation, which you can see in the mini-map, the little white and red dot, they have 2-2 upgrades. That means you're not fucking with them for a while. They also have the Arbiters, and are more aggressive with their High Templar. What that means is anything Zerg dies super easy to Psystorm. And if we're not careful, well, even if we are careful, and they can lock down a sizable amount of our army with their stasis. So yeah, after I built up some defenses and got the drones going, I finally built the spire, and now we have a squad of flyers. And because we're using flyers, I'm gonna turn down the volume a little bit more, like a couple of inches more, because yeah, we're gonna be using flyers a lot. We're not gonna be transforming them into guardians, because guardians are too slow, and if they get stormed, they're just gonna die. We're just gonna keep it super mobile and do 2 to 3 groups of Mutalisk. I know as I say that I'm building Zerglings, but these are more for early warning defense than anything. Because we're going to have Mutalisk, we're going to have a very mobile army. So these little Zerglings and the random Hydralisk are more for, hey, we're getting attacked. Like so. And yeah, so that way we can respond to any threat. Obviously, being burrowed doesn't help it, but, you know, whatever. And here, that's Teal. They had a little outpost right outside our base that we're able to take care of shortly. I already started on weapons upgrades for these guys because we want to hit everybody as fast as possible. We don't want Teal to start mining all the resources he has, even though like there's an open one here, but we want his resources. Where he's mining from, we need it. And the longer we wait, the more he mines. Or she, whatever. I don't want to get into that argument, but yeah. It's a Protoss. Who cares what it is? But yeah, like the main structures you have to take out with Teal are more, or the gateway. No, gateway. No, it's their Dragoon production. So it's a cybernetics core, and then eventually the Nexus. So that way they stop mining, and you can take those resources as you wipe the rest of the base out. Because as you can see, their main form of attack is going to be Dragoons. They're pretty durable. At this point I already have weapon +1 for weapons. So, and the fact that they're still that durable, it's just like, yeah, Protoss are nuts. But soon we'll get to use them. And then you'll find out that they need a little more control in the Zerg. Because this is StarCraft 1, the AI is a little kooky. It's a little crazy. Yeah, there's our old friends, the Reavers. They're all like, hey man, you want to bring in some ground units? Yeah, once level 1 upgrades are done for weapons, I go straight to level 2. I don't care about armor. These things are fragile as shit, so wasting my time and money on armor doesn't make any sense. I'd rather just have them hit hard and fast, like Brannigan's Law. Or is it Brannigan's Law? You get the joke. You know what I'm trying to say. But yeah, as you saw, once we took the Nexus, then it's just cleaning up the rest. But until then, we're going to expand right here to the right. So that way we're going to have 2 expansions going. And what that means is we're going to be able to pump out a Mutalisk a whole lot faster. Oh yeah, and eventually you want to take out the gateway, because even though we cut off their mining, they can still build units. But now that we took out that pylon, it's unpowered. It can't do anything. Anything that was building, it's gone. Or it's stuck in the void. Oh yeah, take that, Reavers. How do you like it, huh? You don't like it, do you? And yeah, this is essentially going to be our whole strategy here. Yeah, as you can see, they also built a couple of photon cannons at the perimeter of our base. And if we want to have a mobile unit and reinforce it from anywhere, we need to take these out. Why? Is because they fire kind of fast, and we don't want to have our units fly to us and then become damaged. Here you want to be a little bit careful though. I start getting a little too close to the boundaries of yellow, so I kind of back off. I'm like, I'll clear those. We have a pretty good path to fly over. So yeah, we'll just continue expanding like we did, like right here, and yeah, we'll keep keep building Mutalisk. You also want to reinforce this base because once we cross the threshold for yellow, they'll start sending units at us. And by units, I mean Reavers. So if we can distract them with a couple of sunken colonies first, great. So yeah, as you can see, we have 2 teams at the ready with 2 weapons and 1 armor. I know I said I wasn't going to focus on armor, but when you have level 2 weapons, you're going up against a 1/1. I think you're good, especially with this many Mutalisk. Not a whole lot can stand to this. Well, yellow couldn't. Red, on the other hand, well, you'll see in a little bit. But yeah, keep your Mutalisk production up. You want to prioritize gas over minerals, mainly because, well, we use more gas and it's a lot harder to mine than minerals. So yeah, we'll do a little fly over here. We've taken out some of the photon cannons they set up here. And now with our 1, 2, and 3, and 75% of a third squad, or 80, I guess, we're gonna go on the offensive for yellow. And once we do this, they're gonna activate and gonna start mining. Like all their units will become, you know, active. Like will start becoming hostile. They're hostile anyways, but like once we get in here, as you can see, the probes started building. So that means all of yellow is activated and good to attack. And something's attacking us at the front of our base. Well, of our expansion. And this one, aside from the Nexus, you want to prioritize all production buildings. Yellow is more prone to using Dragoons, so you want to get these gateways out of the way. Also, some of these High Templars, because I don't know why they weren't attacking, but hey, they need to be gone. They need to get out of here. I guess they also use carriers. I don't know why this one called back its interceptors and then called them in again while it was attacking. I don't know what happened there. But yeah. Once we take out the majority of their units, we can focus on whatever's attacking us. Which, what do you know? It's a Reaver. 1 down. A 2 down. Okay, now we can get back to eliminating their threats. So, get rid of the robotics facility, get rid of the gateways. And then they only have Stargates and I think a couple of gateways on the other side. Because yeah, the way this map is set up is teal was kind of in the middle with a lot of stuff on the side surrounding us and surrounding yellow's base. Yellow is just straight up in the middle on both sides, right, left. As you can see by the weird building formation. Oh yeah, you also want to get the cybernetics core once you got all this, because they still have another base on the left. And they have probes building over there. So if you don't take out the cybernetics, they can just build a gateway and build Dragoons. But at this point, like, 1 Dragoon isn't going to do much against all these guys. As you can see, we can just ignore it. And once we get over here, we can start our attack on the left side of the base. You also want to watch out for any straggling probes, like that one. That doesn't mean that they're seeing like, oh, they're gonna attack. No, these probes are trying to expand again, where we just took out that Nexus. And you don't want to let them do that, because then it turns into, hey, we expanded here, now we expanded here, now you expanded here. And we gotta keep hunting down every single Nexus. Scouts obviously don't matter. Their air attack, I find, is a little more dangerous than their ground attack. Actually, a lot. It's kind of like wraiths, where like you don't use them for the ground attack. You use scouts for the air attack. But I think a buddy of mine told me that even the air attack was horrible, and that's why everybody laughs when you use scouts. But then when you're winning and you use them to kill somebody with, and that's That's a form of disrespect. You're being a mean person. Killing them with the worst unit in the game. It's a shame though, because they look cool. The machine gun blast, blue blast thing they have, it's pretty cool. Oh yeah, here you also want to be careful as well when you're taking this out. You want to go in from the top down, and then keep your eye on it. You don't want to move more down, because then you'll activate the other Protoss, and those guys are the real threat. You might be thinking, but you have to go mine a crystal. It's like, yeah, we do. But if we do this first, then we make the mining process a whole lot easier. One, because we're not getting attacked by 3 different armies. Well, 2, because we have to kill Teal no matter what. If we want that, I guess we could lift off the drone with or lift up the drone with a Overlord. But then like I said, we have 3 armies, and since Teal is like the easiest one to take care of, then why not? Why wouldn't you kill it? It's yellow and orange. I think it's orange or red. One of those 2 colors that are the ones that are going to give you a lot of trouble if you don't go on the offensive. But yeah, we took all the stuff out on the left, and now there's this Stargate here on the right, and after we do this, we'll be done with yellow. And we can just quickly reinforce, because as you can see, we're mining from 1, 2, 3 different places. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hatcheries building units. So we're going to be able to reinforce it no problem, especially with 6,000 minerals and 4,000 gas. But yeah, once you're reinforced, then it's time to go on the offensive against orange. It turned out to be orange. But as you can see, they are bombarding us with storms, and they capture most of our units in stasis. So once this happens, once the majority of your army is captured, you want to back off until they're coming out of stasis. And we'll take this time to reinforce, build more Mutalisk. Sorry. And yeah, we'll just wait it out. These 3 that almost died were being chased by these 2 scouts, but we let them into a trap. And by trap, I mean the only spore colony I could think of at the time. Actually, we only have 2 spore colonies for defense. That's not good on my part. And yeah, with them out of there, we can start the attack again. But because of the storms, they're kind of weak, so it's a good thing we started reinforcing, because we need to get out of here. We managed to save 5 Mutalisk from 2 whole groups and a quarter of a third, I think it was. Oh yeah, and that's another thing. The Arbiters have that recall ability, so once you start targeting their stuff, they can just recall them away. And remember those little Reavers that got recalled? Well, look where they are now. They're like, oh, we can't get through the front, so we're just gonna sneak here and try and get the main base. They couldn't. We have overlords everywhere. Oh, and High Templar. And hit them and move. Because storms are deadly. Storms aren't fucking around in StarCraft 1. It's not a wimpy little circle that deals damage to light, even though Mutalisk are technically considered lights, I guess, in this game as well. It's a huge storm that does a lot of damage. Hey, ask Trump about storms. He doesn't like them. Haha. Politics. Yeah, now that we have a pretty sizable squad after we reinforced, we're gonna go back and attack Orange. They were waiting for us with a carrier and a couple of scouts, but we don't care. We're getting in there. What we want to take out is their large reserve of dragoons. Once again, the Arbiter being annoying. But this time they didn't get as many units as last time, so we can just wait it out for a little bit. even though these three rogue Mutalisks decided to be like, you know what? No, we're gonna take it out. And because we didn't activate orange quickly, this is the first time it's actually doing anything. It won't be able to build an arbiter for a while. I would assume that the computer would just have like limitless resources, but apparently not. Oh yeah, we also expanded right here on the right. Because once we take out yellow and teal, there's nothing that can stop us from expanding there. This mission isn't that hard. It's just time consuming. As you can see on the game timer, it says 35 minutes in. But you gotta do it, man. You gotta do this. You need that crystal. And yeah, by this time, we've broken through their defenses. All their Dragoon reserves are running low. They're sending the random carrier. And yeah, now we're just destroying production. I think I already said it, but yeah, orange is all the way down here in the bottom. The whole bottom part of the map, that's all orange's base. We don't really care for Reavers at this point. We want to take out the production. Well, I guess we kind of care. There's that Mutalisk squad that just took them out. And yeah, Orange didn't like that we're killing it, so it sends a pretty nasty squad of units. The carrier is not that big of a problem. It's more these zealots. And yes, they're called zealots. It's not zealot. It's zealot. You don't believe me? Ask. I guess some people would know. There's this personality called Day 9. He used to do StarCraft stuff. Now he plays Hearthstone. And some people are like, oh, I love Hearthstone. I love, I don't want to say the name of that game, but yeah, I love that game that it's based on. I hate it. It's dumbed down MTG in a universe that I absolutely hated growing up. And I don't know why I'm using past tense. I still hate it. But that'll be another rant for another day. So yeah, once we held off this attack, we just continue going for their production. Although since they're not building anything from these stargates, we want to hit the nexus that's on the right-hand side, as well as the gateway and robotics facility that's also there. It wasn't until I destroyed that pylon and like this photon cannon that I realized that I'm like, you know what, I'm kind of just wasting my time doing all this when I could be crippling their economy and mining the crystal. Yeah, see here they have kind of nothing. More dragoons, more photon cannons. And I'm getting sick of these dragoons, so I also spot this little probe who's like, hey, I'm just gonna go do stuff here. No, you're not. You're not going anywhere. I say you're gonna die. And yeah. Once we do this, we pretty much won the mission, and we just have to mine the crystal. And that's not really that hard. The drone goes into the little target area, disappears, timer starts. And after, what is it? I think it's 10 minutes. Well, 9 minutes and something. We have a crystal, and then we have to take it back to the target beacon in our base. So yeah, no more dragoons for orange, and cybernetics bay doesn't matter. And yeah, we did it. We've taken control of the map.
The crystal is being harvested.
Yeah, 10 minutes. So I'm just gonna cut to where we already have the crystal because no one's gonna attack us. Because we killed them all. Rawr. And yeah, once it's done, load the little drone on the Overlord and just bring it back to your base.
Cerebrate, the Katerin crystals are in our possession. Now, all shall tremble before the might of the Swarm.
And we're done. And yeah, that's the end of the mission. One more left to go, and we're done with the Zerg. So close.